Hey Matt, sorry for the late upload. So I was walking to work this morning, very early this morning, and I got thinking about doing your best on something. And how people say, do your best and that will be enough, even if you don't succeed. And I'm not sure I agree with that. And here's why. Now, depending on what you're talking about, doing your best is not necessarily a bad thing. Obviously, it's usually seen as a good thing because you're putting the most effort in you could possibly give to something. But here's the thing. What about when it's something to do with something you're not really that interested in, but you are kind of good at? Do you have to put your best into something? Like when I'm getting paid to do a job at work, as long as I'm doing the job I am paid to do, as long as I do it to a reasonable standard, do I have to do it to my best or just that reasonable standard? And obviously some things are circumstantial and you will need to put your best into something depending on what it is. As a late 20-something person with a full-time dead-end job and another job on YouTube on top of that, and then several other commitments and things, and a fairly active life in general, I only have a finite amount of effort to put into things. And when you have 10 jobs and only so much effort, you have to portion that effort out. And you can't always do your very best on everything you have to do, right? I suppose you could split hairs and look at it more carefully and say, this is the best I can do with the amount of effort I have. But I'm speaking sort of overall, in general. What do you think, Matt? Because I'm honestly quite happy with not always putting the maximum amount of effort I can or doing my best in something, as long as a job is done to at least a reasonable standard. Again, depending on what it is. Perhaps a bit of a ramble, but what do you expect for thoughts at 4:30 in the morning? You're not going to get gold. You don't get gold from me at any time. This is like, maybe bronze. Bronze kind of like ginger? No, let's not go there. Well, see you on Monday, Matt.